Hello. I've been asked by a few people to just make a short video of my home lab. They just were kind of curious to see what kind of setup I had, so I figured, well, I'll just throw this together haphazardly and post it out there and give them something to look at. Well, as you can see, this is my office slash home lab, if you want to call it that. Basically just a typical office, phone, fax machine, a few more computers than normal. And of course I have got my rack of equipment over here that I use for both my Cisco Lab, plus I do have some working equipment that is actually in use for the network here at the house. The computers themselves, I use those to test the network and also in the lab experiments to test certain configuration issues. This laptop over here right now, I don't think you can really see it clearly, it's actually monitoring a active wireless network, and I'm talking about all over. It's picking up signals from all over, and it basically is testing signal strength and any bleed over or any other type of signal issues that I might have to contend with as far as the wireless network goes. Well, let's go over here to the rack and I'll show you what the equipment is that I have on this rack, and I will also give you a brief explanation of what each piece of this equipment is actually for.
Okay, what I have on this rack over here is a mixture of equipment, mostly Cisco. I'll start from the top and work the way down and tell you what the equipment is. First off, on the top I have a Motorola 3347 gateway. It's also a wireless device for a wireless connection. Next to this I have two Linksys Cisco switches, commercial grade, not commercial, but consumer grade, I use for testing purposes. Of course, I've got my rack mount power strip for all the equipment. Below that I have a Cisco 2621 router and a Cisco 2950 catalyst switch. These two pieces of equipment, though commercial grade, are actually in use for my home network itself, as you can see by all the connections itself. The router acts like any typical router that you can buy from any office supply store or computer shop, except that you can actually go in and configure this router plus all these other routers and switches. You can go in and configure them for different protocols, different security measures, different virtual LANs. You can also test for, or actually set up for spanning tree protocols and different other type of protocols. Now, this equipment, like I said, is in home use. It is actually working equipment. Below this, the other three 2621 routers and the other four 2950 catalyst switches. These are all used for lab equipment for testing and purposes, and for different topologies, different scenarios, troubleshooting, just basically anything you need to do to test a network, configure a network, build a network, tear it down, screw it up, and see what happens. And this also I can connect all this equipment to the cloud or the internet. I can connect it all to the internet as well, just by either tapping into the gateway or going through this particular router right here. Don't have to, but if you want to use it for testing purposes, such as troubleshooting using the commands ping, trace route, or anything like that, then you can, like I say, connect it. As my certifications progress, I will be getting more equipment and adding to this rack, and that's just down the road. I didn't want to buy everything at one time, and basically that's the home rack right there. And if you have any questions, just email me and I'll be glad to answer them for you.